one thing that I just love about this game in comparison to, say, Symphony of the Night. Not downing Symphony of the Night, mind you. Just a minor complaint I had against it, and also against Final Fantasy VII, was the level grind. You could, with enough patience, not that it required much in either game, power level your way to invincibility, or virtual invincibility. You cannot do that in the classic Castlevanias. There's always something, except maybe in Simon's Quest, I will admit. Simon's Quest was markedly easier than the first, third, or even this. There was leveling to an extent. But in this, there is no power leveling. And, of course, as I mentioned, as the levels go on, they become these increasingly large fuck yous. I mean, that's essentially what they are. It's just this big, long, 10-minute fuck you, waiting to swallow you at the first chance that you are knocked off or slip off a cliff. Because truly, in Castlevania, you're not fighting enemies, except maybe the bosses. Not always, but maybe. On occasion. You're fighting the level. The level is not there to assist your progression through the game. The level is there to kill you. It's almost the opposite of Contra. The Contra, they're blatantly out there to kill you. They're blatantly out there to fuck you over, because no matter how pumped full of steroids and testosterone your character is, one hit anywhere on the man's body, even a paper cut, will kill his ass. Simon Belmont's tougher than that. Good. Oh, right there, see? Oh my god, I better get that candle, and it's a watch. Fuck that shit. Now, back to the comparison with Contra. In this, the enemies, in general, if they are dangerous, it's because they're right by a ledge, which they will promptly knock you off of. Including a frog. Yes, the Symphony of the Night frogs are actually in this game. Although, unlike in Symphony of the Night, they're dangerous to an extent here, because they can easily knock you in that sludge. If you're not careful. If you're stupid, mainly. And if you're really stupid, they will keep you in that sludge, where you can't get out, and you will eventually sink into quicksand and die. So yes, this game is the inverse of Contra. Although the bosses in both games have a tendency to be either really lame, lame being not that they aren't cool, but lame in the way that they're able to hurt you. Yeah, I forgot where I was going with that otherwise. Anyway, the boss in this level is in the middle of the level, and is painfully easy. If you have the cross, just duck down and whip her nasty ass to death. Throw some crosses at her or whatever. And there are floating hands, very anxious in this level to give you a bad hand job. And I don't believe that they're even women's hands. They're too large and nasty looking. Though I guess not all women's hands are created equal. So I suppose it could be just some big nasty green zombified STD infested slag. Yeah, those spikes will kill you, by the way. I think. I didn't actually hit them in this run. And it's been so long since I've hit them. But it's Castlevania. It's a safe assumption to think that if it's sharp and pointy, it will fuck you. I suppose there's no reason questioning that. It's hard to believe that at one time this game was the giant dick of graphics, or one of them. And it's still, in my opinion, quite pretty for a Super Nintendo game. And as an early release, no less. The Dracula X release was definitely not as pretty.